of hair is crochet, and that's why ISEE Hair has just launched their new Kinky curly crochet extensions. You know the half wig that went viral? This is like an upgrade because you don't have to take it off when you get home, and you still get access to your scalp. Now before I install these extensions, I'm going to dye them with my favorite color, Black Velvet from Adore. And I'm going to be using the hot water method. So I've put boiling water into a bucket. I use 2 kettles. And then I add the dye and just mix it in there. And then I drop the hair in, stirring it up. And I left it for about 3 hours before I washed it with shampoo and conditioner. First I did a middle part, and then I parted some hair at my edges for leave out. Now I'm parting out a thin section next to my middle part. I did intend for this to be for leave out, but then I changed my mind at the end. So the only leave out I have is really on my edges. But still for now, I'm going to braid this section away. And you don't need to add foam. I only added foam because I thought I was going to for leave out. So I'm doing single braids, well I did twists actually, on my lever at the front and at my middle part. Now I clip away all the braids. Starting the braiding pattern, I'm going to make a parting from my ear around the nape to my other ear. Then I tie the rest of my hair away and I braid the parted hair. Now I'm going to make a diagonal parting by my middle part. This will need to be thin at the top like a point. And at the bottom of that section, I'm going to make a parting down towards my ear. And this is going to go all the way around to the other side of the middle part. So you see we've got reverse L-shaped partings that go all the way around and are joined together. Now starting at the side that we have our end braid, I'm going to braid the hair that we just parted out. And when I get to where the end of the first braid is, I am going to join that end braid to the braid that I'm doing. And then I keep braiding until I reach the other side of my nape. So I'm going to end this braid here and then start braiding from the other side of the middle part and then join it to the braid we just did. And here I'm just making sure that there's a braid behind the middle part because you don't want there to be a gap between the back of the middle part braids that we just did. They kind of need to be joined together or look that way. So I'm just going to keep braiding, and then when I get to the end braid of the previous braid we just did, I'm going to join it to this braid. So then there should only still just be one end braid. So now the reverse L-shaped parted hair should now be braided, and there's going to be 2 braids at the nape. Now we're almost done with the braiding pattern. We're just going to make vertical braids in the middle of my hair. And when you get to the end of the first braid, you want to join that previous end braid to this braid. Join the previous end braid to this vertical braid. So basically, as we're braiding, we'll always join in the previous braid to the braid that we're doing. Then I just keep making vertical braids, joining the previous braid to the braid that I'm doing. I did a total of 6 braids in the middle, that's 6 vertical braids. And as you can see, I still just have 1 end braid. So now I'm going to use my latch hook to crochet this end braid into my other braids. And that is the braid pattern done. I did time it. I asked Alexa what time it was when I first started. It was 12.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 1:07 p.m.
1 hour braiding pattern. Cool. 2 hours to install. Let's go.
So now let's start installing our extensions. This is so easy to do. You just push your latch hook through your cornrow and then use the hook to grab the thread. And then you pull your hook back out of your cornrow and make a knot, making sure that the knot is at the thread. Make sure the knot is at the thread so that it's secure and even on both sides. When it comes to spacing, I leave about 1 centimeter between each extension, and then if there's any gaps at the end, I'll just fill them in. So as I'm installing these extensions, I want to make sure that there's still hair left over by the time I finish, so that I can use the remaining hair to fill in any gaps. And it's best to start at your middle part, like really get that covered, but don't put them too close together. That's what creates a bulky look. And because this is kinky curly, you really don't need to put them too close together because the hair is so big, so it will cover most gaps anyway. This hair is so pretty. At the back as well, the same thing. I don't put it too close together. About 1 centimeter gap between each extension, and then I'll just fill in the gaps at the end if needed. You want to make sure that you complete a cornrow before you go to your next cornrow. This just makes the install quicker to do. Okay, so now I'm thinking that I'm done. So let's see how long it took to install these extensions.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 2:09 p.m.
1 hour install, 1 hour crochet installing, 1 hour of crocheting, just 1 hour. So 1 hour braid pattern, 1 hour crochet install.
So that makes it 2 hours to complete a crochet install. I can see a bit of a gap there, and I do fill that in later on. So now the middle part. Like I said, I thought I was going to do this for leave out, but I decided it'd be better if I didn't. So let me just take out the hair at my edges, and with the middle part, I'm going to make a cornrow going towards my forehead. And I'm going to keep braiding so that there's like an end braid at the front of my head. And now I'm going to do like a miracle knot kind of. So I crochet the extension near my ends, and then I braid my ends and the hair together. And now I'm just going to cornrow crochet the rest of the hair as normal. And this was an improv, but I actually really like this method, and I think I'm gonna keep doing it like this, like just my middle part. If your hair is a lot longer than mine, you could probably still do this at your middle part. It's just that you would have to trim the extensions to fit the rest of the hair. Now look at how seamless that looks. Mwah. So now I've done both sides, and I just need to fill in that braid behind. So at this point, I filled in all the gaps now, and I believe I've used all of the hair, all 4 packs. And they said this is 18 inches, and I feel like this is so long for 18 inches, especially because it's kinky curly. Or maybe it's just really true to length at kinky curly. So now it's time to style the hair, and I'm just gonna do it in sections. So I'm tying up most of my hair, and I left the back section out. So I'm gonna repeat these steps to every section. First, I brush the curls out. Then I spray with my water and conditioner mix. And then I brush the hair again. And then I add conditioner, and this is the Rosemary and Mint conditioner from Expel Hair Care. It's literally like £1 from Savers. And then I brush my hair again. This conditioner smells so good, by the way, like so good. And lastly, I'm going to add my Eco Styler gel and brush that through. And with this gel, I'm going to make some finger coils throughout my hair. Okay, so I had to get a towel because it got really messy, but now I am done and look at how gorgeous they look. The curls look beautiful. So now I am going to use my diffuser and I am going to use it on medium heat and medium speed. Now my hair is about 80% dry and I'm just going to use a comb to make it bigger at the root. So I'm going to comb my hair at the root to make my hair bigger. I don't have a afro pick, so I'm just using this comb. So now I'm going to start cutting and this is the final look. I love this hair so much. I love how defined the curls are and the quality of these extensions are really good. Like it's a equal amount of hair on both sides of the thread. I've seen some extensions where it's like quite thin on one end and full on the other, but these extensions are really good quality. I love how it's turned out. I love how I've cut it. I love how I've defined the curls. I think this is just so gorgeous. Possibly my best install yet. So that is me done. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been a great help to you. Please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments if you did enjoy this tutorial. I do think this is my best one. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next one.